Here. Can you tell a story or something? Come on, get this ready.
Yeah.
Now, where's Erik? Where'd you go? Man, can you tell a story or something real quick? I gotta get that ready for you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, ErikJamesBrown, gonna tell you a wonderful story. You want the chair?
Sure.
Right. Hold that. Chair's over here.
What's up, guys? Because Tommy left me on the phone here. He's telling me to talk about Wade. I don't know, man. Wade's he was a little punk. I like him at first. I think he has like a good first impression, but he was hired by a lady that came with the hotel that I bought down there, and I liked him off rip, but he just like the third day he's working for me, third day he's working for me. I had like a Hummer at the time that was like a work truck more or less, and so I asked Wade if he'd run down to, or I asked one of my guys if he'd run down to KFC, and so I had Wade, he volunteered, he went down, and he gets himself arrested, so I bonded him out or whatever. I felt bad because the guy's going and running an errand for me and gets himself caught driving or suspended or whatever. So I went ahead and paid for his bail, and he gets back out, and then he wasn't doing any crazy work for me, he was doing like a roof or whatever, and so he's putting like whatever, painting this roof material on, and I did have him stay on the big boat or whatever. I'd gotten that, I guess it was like a week or two later, but anyway. So he had court in a few days. You know, the guy's only worked for me for two days and gets arrested. Then he works for me another day. He tells me how he has court like that upcoming Monday. So, I mean, I feel for that situation, man. I've gotten in plenty of trouble. So I gave him a collared shirt and pants, earrings, got a licensed driver that was to drive him, paid that guy, and lined him all up to go to court on Monday. And him and that guy leave Sunday night, and he gets himself arrested again for driving. And all he had to do was just let the fucking guy that I paid drive him or whatever. So I'm like, all right, he's a dumbass. Like I don't know. I guess I could see myself do something like that years ago, but I wasn't gonna bond him out that time. When he called me, it was $30,000 was his bond. I wasn't gonna just throw 3 G's for nothing. So I don't bond him out at first. I sent him some canteen and was like, you know, hey man, you just call me when you get out or something, whatever. But I never hung out with the dude. I knew him from work. He worked for me there, but there was nothing really like personal about it like that. And then I got a call like a week or two later, and the bondsman was like, hey, you want to bail Wade Wilson out or whatever, and I'll do it for half the price. So he wanted like $1,500, and I had it on me that day, so I was like, yeah. So I did it, and when he got out, I just pulled him aside and said, look, Wade, you got to work the next 40 days on my big boat, and you just got to look at it like it's better than jail, and basically you're just going to work solid every day the next 40 days until I'm paid back my $1,500 that I just paid, as well as the $500 from before or whatever. And you know, it was like $2,000, and then I'm getting decent labor out of it. 40 days of labor for $2,000 bucks, whatever. It was worth it for me at the time. I had a lot of stuff going on. So he only made it like 10 days or so, and he was just fucking off, man. He had that guy down there. You know, I told him if he's in that parking lot cleaning up or doing something that he's representing me, because people would come into my store and be like, hey, we saw you out front, you know, weed whacking or whatever that's going on, and I had him doing. And you know, I'd be like, I wasn't out front, and then I'd realize like, oh fuck, they saw Wade out front. So I told him, man, if you're out front doing anything stupid, you know, if you litter or pick your nose or whatever it is, man, people are gonna think that I'm littering or I'm picking my nose. So I'm like, you really gotta like just stay tight, because I know they're out in that parking lot fucking kissing. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I can't have that in front of my place. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, but not when people think I'm him or whatever. And so I snapped on him, man, when I seen him. And again, it's your own life choice, what you want to do behind closed doors or whatever. But I didn't need a guy that, you know, resembled me in front of my place playing grab ass with another guy. Like, it just wasn't a good look. So I kind of snapped on him, and man, he was weird about it. He like cowered and wait. Like, he's just like, when it comes to Wade and dudes, he just like, he'll cower right down. He doesn't stand up for himself in that way. Like, he just like, different. So I can tell that he had like a trouble past with prison or something. But that was pretty much it, man. He worked I don't know, like another 3 or 4 days for me, and he just wasn't really into working, man. He wasn't really taking it like that serious as far as what I needed to be done. He owed me a bunch of labor, but next thing I know, he's on like one of my rental jet skis with like a German chick on the back and driving around and raising hell and fucking just having a good old time. And it just wasn't time for that at the time. I needed him to work or not, you know, not be there. So that was pretty much it. Wade worked for a short amount of time for me, but a lot of things have been you know, exaggerated to whatever degree. If if there was ever any kind of like drugs or guns around or anything, it wasn't a large amount by any means. It was whatever, a pound of weed or a gun or two. I'm on probation, so I don't mess with any guns, but you know what I mean? It wasn't like it was some phenomenal amount of shit. But the keys is a different, man, different. There's less trouble here for sure. But, you know, I like Wade. Everybody that I've ever dealt with that met him, man, they liked him off rip. And then once you got to know him, you kind of saw kind of through what was going on. There's a little more to it, but I could definitely see how initially people could take a liking to him or whatever. And I don't know. Wasn't the best worker, I'll tell you that much.
They're probably asking questions, you can see.
What's that?
Obviously, there's questions that you talk. You gotta look real close.
Yeah, I know. This is Erik, it's not Tommy. I gotta... How many people do you have that go on your live? They follow you and you just talk to them?
I don't know.
No shit.
I gotta feed a cheetah real quick.
He's got it. 46 people, huh? No shit. See, I don't really keep up with all my social stuff. I guess I should a little bit more, man. I kind of wanted to keep my name out of all this stuff, so I just really laid low when it came down to any of it. It's just my family. My family's real like influential around here, and I know that they haven't been real stoked on a lot of the stuff that's come with the Wade Wilson case. I mean, I personally don't really give a fuck about like trying to keep my name clean because it ain't clean, but yeah, I mean, Wade does keep bringing it up or whatever. I mean, I would love to say, yeah, this is some organization. I'm like the most unorganized motherfucker in the world. It wasn't a organization by any means. I do some shit that I guess it's like big to other people, but it's just normal for me. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm a criminal. I've always had guns or drugs or shit around my whole life. I don't do anything bad. I don't litter. I mean, I get high, and it's always good to have protection around or whatever. But Wade, you know, people bullshit when they go to jail. They talk to their bunkie and they kind of exaggerate stories and do whatever. And I would say it's a little more in that direction. Yeah, I mean, I'm sick of here. I don't know if I'm sick of hearing about it. When I look it up, I look it up to see and make sure, because bringing my family into it sucked. That was really the only part. It was like bringing my mom, because she's like the sweetest lady in the world, and that part of it was no good, man. You can't talk about moms, but it's what it is. I haven't spoken to. I don't know. I haven't spoken to Wade at all. And
Tell him that you didn't buy him a watch.
Yeah, I didn't buy him anything. I didn't buy him a watch. I don't know. It sucks because I don't want to like kill anybody's like spirits with what's going. But really, when it comes down to it, Wade was. I mean, my real opinion on it. I mean, he was a little punk, and I mean, I slapped the dog shit out of Wade when we got into an argument. He cowered down like a little baby, man. Like he definitely had been through some shit when he was in prison and younger, and then he is gay, but he like was mad about it. You could tell, like, because he wanted that dude to hide it. And then, like when I brought it up to him, he just like got real fucking crazy about it. And I think that he's mentioning me on all his calls or bringing my family into it or doing any of this shit because it's getting him attention, man. He like that was, I mean, really. When Wade went with my ex Sarah, like when I met Sarah, she would like cower when I went to. She would startle awake, like the girl had been through a lot of trauma, man, and he definitely was like fucked up to her. And then when I met Sarah, she's just so fucking gorgeous. I'd give that girl anything. So from the day I met her, I just moved her right in and bought her all new clothes and got her a boob job and a corgi and a monkey and a Mercedes and anything I could fucking do for that girl, man. I love the fuck out of her, and I still do, but. She was fucked up in the head, man. I was with her for like that year, and then she had like a freak out, and it was definitely related to Wade, like fucking her head up, and like what she yelled about, like me, like choking her or something. I've never ever in my life put my hands on her, so it was definitely from like shit that Wade had done to her. But I spent a year in jail because she turned in a gun then, so I had the hotel for like a year and a half, and I had like $850,000 into it. I'd borrowed a decent amount from my family, and I only had the first year and a half open. Then I had a year of COVID, and then we just reopened like the busiest season possible. But I got put in jail, and so I stayed in the motherfucker. I could have gotten out in 2 months, but I stayed in for another 10 months voluntarily because I wanted to prove in fucking trial that I didn't do it. But there was no trials because of COVID. After a year of sitting there and being able to leave after the month 2, so sitting there for 10 months voluntarily, I was like, fuck it. I called my lawyer and took the deal. So I made my record look a little fucked up because I've never had any kind of like domestic or any kind of thing before. But That's what it is. And then they always fucking what the fuck am I saying here? They always exaggerate anything that I have going on just because of my stuff with Deadliest Catch. So they really blew it up, like in the news, on the media or whatever. And then I was away for Sarah for 3 years, and then about a year ago, we got back together or whatever. It took me a little while to get over somebody getting you in trouble for something you didn't do, man. But she was like 20 at the time, and not trying to make excuses, but I guess time healed that one. And we're good. We're engaged. Yeah, I mean, I just hadn't talked to anybody. Jumpsuit Pablo was reaching out to me, somebody just said, but I don't know. I was just trying to keep my name out of all this shit, really. But I don't know. I guess at this point I'm starting to show faces. I've been, like I said, out on K Acosta and just away from it all. Don't look good, but I mean, none of it, man. Just being attached to somebody or tied to somebody that killed people is a little bit like, that's some next level shit. That's not something that we're like, I'm not for it or whatever. I love animals and I love people, man. I definitely don't want to kill nobody. Nah, I didn't see any signs that Wade would do anything like that, man, ever. Got you, don't say the K word. I got you. Yeah, I didn't have any indication of that, man. I really, really didn't. Like, the thing is down in the Keys where I'm at, you get all these like drifters and people are just passing through, and Conch Key is like a little commercial fishing village. So like the crabbers and lobster people, like they're not like the cleanest of folk, and so I own I made the hotel office a store, so I have the only little store down there, and then I have my marina and my rooms, and then I always had like work where a guy could be just passing through, but if he had like a good spirit about him, I would let him clean the parking lot or let him wash one of the boats or do something, and then kind of send him on his way. But I can't tell you the amount of people that I paid them $20, $30, whatever, and like got them some food and then just sent them on walking. So I had all kinds of crazy people through there, but I definitely I didn't get any kind of indication of that from Wade at all. And then his girl Sarah had hit me up, and I didn't respond to Sarah because the dude, he worked for me, so I'm really not trying to like fuck with somebody that works for me, like a girl or ex or whatever. So I just kind of ignored it, and then she had said that, hey, he's different than you think, or he's not who you think he is I think what's up. So anyway, Wade said Sarah said that Wade wasn't who he thought he was, and I didn't respond to her. And then it was like once I kind of saw that something was up with Wade, or he was fucked up a little bit, it was like after we got in that fight and he freaked out, he like cowered down, he got real weird and like emotional, and I was like, man, something maybe is a little fucked up with this guy. And I think right around that time, and that's when I let him go, because he had stolen some stuff from me. But it all happened in the same couple days. But I responded to her and I said that, I asked her what she meant, and then we kind of got to talking from there. But I don't know. Wade and I weren't best friends or nothing like that. He worked for me. I didn't even collect the last 30 days of work labor that he owed me. So he was that bad at working that I was just like, fuck it, you gotta go. And I let him go, and he didn't leave. He went to, I gave him like $200 and let him go, or paid him the rest of what I owed him or whatever. And he goes south or whatever. He went to Key West, and he shows back up at my hotel. He looks like shit. And somebody had come to the store that day, and they were like, yo, Eric, we seen you walking down the street. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I've been here all day. And that's when I seen Wade later. I was like, fuck, they saw Wade walking down the street. So anyway, he shows up, he looks like shit. I get him some food. I'm like, what's up, man? You gotta go, man. You can't stay here. But I'm not gonna leave him like stranded either. So I let him like take a shower and gave him some food, gave him some money, kind of sent him off the other way. I'm like, all right, go north this time, dude. You gotta go find something else to do. And he would be like real, like begging, sweet, like promising at the world, like, hey man, please just let me stay. But I knew, like, and I was like, wait, you just gotta go, man. It just ain't the right fit. But he left to go north, and fuck, 2 days later he shows back up again, dirty, fucking looks like hell, hungry. I'm like, fuck, bro. So I give him food again, do the whole same process. And I talk to Tommy. I'm like, Tommy, bro, you got to get this dude out of town, man. I just can't have him like bumming around looking like shit, and people think it's me and whatever. Like it ain't cool. So I fucking give Tommy like $300, and then I give him another 100 and tell him to put it in the back of his wallet. And I'm like, listen, take him back to West Palm, wherever he's from, and say that you're getting something off of Craigslist, picking up something for me, and then just bring him to a Walmart there and drop the guy off, hand him the $100 that's in the back of the wallet, and fucking adios, man. I'm trying to get rid of the guy, like, and he can't. He just keeps bouncing back to the fucking hotel, and fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know what him to end up getting brought back to my hometown. or fuck, they went by my mom's office and shit. Like I wouldn't want any of that. And it's just kind of how it all worked out, man. Wade could be a good talker. I guess him and Tommy hit it off or something, and they drove over back to Fort Myers together, and it just worked out that way. I was just telling about Wade, how you guys met. So what, you drove back to Fort Myers then, right? See, I was mad that you took him back to Fort Myers instead of dropping him off in the Walmart parking lot.
Josh, that's when he was working with Josh.
Oh, yeah, all right, then he started working with Josh. Is that, yeah?
Yeah.
Got you.
I mean, I was done with him.
Got you. But you drove him back instead of driving him to West Palm, though.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
You couldn't drop him off in the Walmart parking lot.
No.
But then he started fucking Mila, so that kind of... Yeah, there was some poetic justice to that for
after
me.
I come back down the Keys, remember I was with Elizabeth, Blondie.
Got you.
I came back down there with her, and they hooked up. And I'm like, oh God, I can't wait to see how this ends. Because he almost killed her too, man. He beat the F out of her.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll show you offline.
Yeah.
But did I check when I squared up to him? I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, well, that's what Sarah had said or whatever. Same deal. There was like bruises when when he beat up Mila real bad. He bruised her arms real bad, and then Sarah recognized the same thing. Like she recognized the same bruisings. Yeah, like the exact same deal. He does the same thing to her. But there's obviously something fucked up with the guy where he takes it out on women. And I mean, my real opinion, or like what I would say, not even my opinion, what I would say, my conclusion, just to seeing the guy, he was definitely raped in jail when he was like younger, and he had that. Every indication to me kind of said that, because just the way he cowered down when like another like strong male would like stand up to him or anything, and just the way that he like was like undercover,
little feminine,
little undercover, like whatever, gay, but like didn't want to admit it. But when it came down to it, I don't know. It's just, I guess that's why he preyed on women, or that's what he was like taking it out on them. I'm not really sure, but it's a different relationship when like guys are meeting, or like him and I got along just fine, and I never saw any indication. He definitely never verbally like said anything negative towards women, or when he had like that German.
I think he put on his best behavior.
I think he put on his best behavior for us.
Cool, and he wanted to kind of
for sure fit in or to try to, like, because I did miss that, and I'm pretty good at reading people. You could see that he was definitely like a.
He's wired different though.
Yeah, you can see it.
No one would have seen that.
No, I don't know how you do.
Psychopath.
Yeah. Well, it's scary shit, man. Especially just like, I don't know. Like that, when he went back to jail, he came by the hotel. He was in the Hellcat. He was with Mila, and he came by the hotel. And then I had Sarah upstairs, and I went right down there and fucking talked to him and told him to kick rocks and get the fuck out of here, because I didn't want him around with Sarah upstairs at the hotel. Like I didn't even want property. And I just, once I heard that shit went down, I was like, God damn, maybe I wouldn't have been as rough on the guy, or I would have been like proceeded with cautious. But I see
how many times I went spearfishing with him, bro.
Yeah.
10 times.
Fucking right. All the time.
But he's behind me too.
Yeah.
I could have been killed, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd killed for it. I'd murdered for it.
Need me to frost the tips of my hair. Yeah. I know that old picture's fucking crazy. You can see me grow up the last 20 years in mugshots. I got like 24 mugshots or something. But it's all really, it's bullshit, really. Like I have like 4 crimes, and then I have like 5 probation violations behind each one of those crimes. And that's really how that goes. And my crimes were like a possession, fucking DUI, a BUI, boating under the influence.
That's cool though. It's very cool.
I mean, all of it's just disco shit. Nothing's
disco shit.
Not bad, you know.
No disco shit, Jake.
Then I got caught with a bunch of weed or whatever, and then I don't fucking know. Nothing terrible. I'm not out fucking finger banging the neighborhood cats or nothing weird. Just all bullshit crimes. But the probation is a motherfucker, man. Once you're in trouble or once you're on papers, then you're gonna violate probation, because it's set up for that. Like I'm a weed smoker, and then you get in trouble for driving a boat under the influence, and then now you can't, like, you have to take drug tests every single month, and you're gonna fail or whatever. Like, it's just a fucking show. So I have a lot of mugshots for that reason. No worries. I'm gonna put you on with Tommy again, guys. I appreciate you hearing me out.
Leave it there. All right, let's hear from ErikJamesBrown in the house. Oh, that came home.
What the fuck's that noise?
Oh, they're drilling over there. Yeah, people ask all the time about girls and stuff down there, and like I was telling you, I'm not sure if we ever talked about this, but I kind of figured that we were the halfway point, Eric, from Miami to Key West. So many people would always stop and get fuel there, and when they were hot chicks, that we'd grab them. Eric like, get on the boat, and we like, the owner wants to take you on the boat. Then Eric comes out there all ripped with no shirt on. They're like, you're the owner? Remember those German models we got? Yeah. She played her music. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're horrible.
Like, it's terrible, but yeah, that was it was great.
Oh yeah, remember when Remember when Wade took your Adderall and you're like, I know somebody took it. I'm like, I know who it was, and I went up to his thing and I saw the residue.
Yeah, all over the boat.
Like, that's they admitted it. I'm like, man, you're a lying son of a bitch.
All over that boat.
All over that.
That kid he was working with. I think he might have fucked that kid that he was working with because when he came back, man, the kid was all like,
is that the one that left the letter?
Yeah. He left a letter and then
he's gone. His dad came.
His dad came and like got him, and I think that he called home and was like, man, I've done bad things in the key. Something, you know, like something happened because
life's bad in the real world.
Yeah. It was a kid he worked on like a charter boat, and then.
That's right. He had mental breakdown.
Yeah, he had a mental breakdown for sure.
I forgot about him.
I came back to. I came back and my crew.
Ian brought Wade up here. Ian.
Got you.
I didn't. Ian did.
Ian.
Yeah, remember little Ian?
Yeah, you're right.
He's the one who brought Wade up here.
Oh, drove him over.
Because remember, he came with me up like a month before over a weekend, and then I took off, and I was just making that clear.
I got you.
It was Ian.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I remember. Yeah, that was the first time when we were trying to get rid of him.
Yeah. I'm just saying I interrupted you.
No, no worries, man. My memory's foggy, man. I've done a lot of.
Or Dr. Pepper?
A lot of drugs.
Ice cold refreshing.
Fucking right, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, Wade took my fucking. My guys are all sitting at the tiki bar, and I get back in town, so I'm standing behind the bar, and something happened down the dock or whatever, and I left my keys and my phone and my cigarettes and then my Adderall I kept like in a little Crown Vic bag, and I had a brand new prescription, and I left it sitting there. And then I went to go handle whatever was going on, and that night I look in my bag to leave, and my shit's gone, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm looking all over for it. Fucking Wade's helping me look for it, and we're fucking cruising around. You know, he's like, yeah, full on. That's like,
yeah, look at here.
Real buddy. Only a real buddy will fucking help you look for the shit he just stole.
Yeah. Hear that, Jake?
I mean, I've done it. So I've done it for sure. But anyway, so we go through the whole routine. Yeah. Fuck, I could have used that.
You told me.
I didn't suspect him, man. I guess I just think that about the good in everybody. Like clearly, it's not the tattooed criminal sitting right next to the bottle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't suspect him. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. I had to go back to Fort Myers the next day and go get more Adderall or I'm fucked, man. And I was kind of saying that to the guys. I'm like, hey, you know, if you do find it or whatever, if you could find it in you, like, fuck, if you're gonna steal my shit, do it. But
don't let me see.
Yeah, leave me something.
Yeah.
Can't leave me nothing.
Next time.
If you ever steal somebody's drugs, just out of respect, you'll leave a fucking, you know, if you're gonna, it doesn't matter. You take their fucking kilo of coke, leave a gram. Don't just leave somebody high and fucking not high and dry or whatever. It's terrible. So the next day I shoot back to Fort Myers, get more Adderall, and then I shoot back to the Keys. And when I get back, that boat that I had him painting, that was like Tommy found he went and played a little detective action, but he found residue on one of the tables, and then once I saw all that Adderall residue, I mean, we knew 1,000% that's the culprit.
I didn't do Adderall very often, remember?
Yeah.
I had a script. Remember I got my script? I didn't do very often, so you knew, you know.
Yeah, Tommy didn't do Adderall.
I mean, I do, but
not as much though, not at all.
But, you know, no reason to steal it.
Did you tell him when you and Wade tagged him?
Go ahead.
You ever talk to that?
Go ahead. Yeah. Not really, though.
Tommy and Wade, they tag teamed some.
That's gonna be a dude. I'm not going, you know.
Yeah.
I know Chris sleeping.
Yeah, fucking right. Well, that was Chris was
I'm
funny.
joking.
Yeah, Chris. That
Gay in hell.
That situation,
Cool,
bro.
though.
I thought they were.
Did you see him fight? Remember they fought?
Yeah. Wade and him. Wade's like, oh, it's my roommate, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's got a gay roommate. Like that's cool. Like whatever. And fuck, he definitely. I was shocked when I found out they were fucking or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well when they fought, I couldn't believe that Wade just didn't whomp him.
Yeah.
He looked like he did.
Yeah.
Chris got it, man.
Yeah, Chris is a fighter, man. Chris did not. They got a straight fist fight. They're out there just brawling, him and Wade. And little Chris.
Wade has got to be a foot tall.
Oh, he's definitely a foot taller than him. And he's got to have 50, 60 pounds on him. I mean, Chris is about 3/4 of Wade.
And little Chris didn't fight either. He was like that. But he didn't stop. But Wade didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Tell Wade has not been in a lot of fights.
Yeah.
He acts like he does. You think he does.
You can definitely see Wade hadn't been in many fights.
No, he's not tough.
Something. That was, I don't know if that was like an image or a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in shock.
He definitely has never been in any kind of like a fist fight. At least it looked that way. Because little Chris couldn't fight. He's like flailing his arms. And
he looked like.
I don't know. He definitely, and those two were just going.
He wanted to fight. He was angry, so he was just using his emotions and stuff.
I mean, I can see that being overwhelming. Little gay dude and just
must have been
wigging out on you.
Must have been a gay insult.
Yeah, I have no clue, but
he came out done, bro. He pulled his pants down. Just kidding.
Yeah, that was
talking to me like that. You said in that southern accent.
Funny, yeah. And then Wade was like making it like it was less gay because he's like I'm just using him for his trailer. I'm like, you're jerking a dude off for a ride in his mobile home, huh? That seems.
They said Chris said he stabbed him.
Yeah. You know he did talk about that. Yeah, he did stab him.
He stabbed me one time. I'm like, you're just cool with that? You're friends now? He's like, I love him. I'm like, that's messed up. Man.
Chris did say. Yeah, I didn't catch on, but yeah, Chris did say that he got stabbed by Wade once, and. I guess he just accepted it.
He made up for it.
Yeah, something.
I'll make it up to you.
Yeah.
He said, "Now wait a minute." It's my big. Did you see the picture of him on Wade's back like a piggyback?
Yeah.
God, Wade looks so happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a man on him. hates fucking women.
Yeah.
Uses them. Wants to kill them.
Well, it's odd too. I don't know. I just think his like taste in women. The fact that he can just jump all over the spectrum. I mean, he's just all over the place with it.
He just loves them all, man.
He loves them all. Loves to waiting to do, I don't know.
Do whatever.
Do what he does. Pretty wild.
Yeah. He was staring at me when he's doing that. That's funny. I talked to her not too long ago, like a month ago.
What, the housekeeper?
Yeah. She's like, God, that was...
Yeah, so how was that? You and Wade tag team the housekeeper? Did your balls touch her? It's not gay.
No.
It's not gay unless your balls touch.
No, I was getting...
You're on the opposite side, spit roasting.
It was a nice, fun, adult situation when I knew I was not dealing with a person who was a criminal.
I got you.
I would not do that at this point.
I hear you. Yeah, that probably sounds bad or something, but...
Well, yeah, I don't want to,
It was consensual?
It was, yeah, she loved it. She didn't really like it. She was actually like, I just wanted to do that with you. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're drunk, But she's like, okay, well, whatever.
And didn't she say that?
No, I didn't.
Didn't she say she was telling her sister or something that their dick was a lot bigger than Wade's or something along those lines?
Bigger.
Yeah, that was pretty, I don't know. She started a rumor on the property, which is fun.
I don't think anything small on Wade, you know what I mean? But
I don't think,
not like that, and we don't want to, but...
Yeah, I'm not criticizing, I have no clue, but I think that was the rumor, because she had said that Tommy was bigger than Wade, and then everybody just assumes Wade to be big, so...
I did not pay Eric to say that, I didn't know.
that was funny stuff. So would you tag team a chick with Wade now?
Would you?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's not even an option.
I think it was he was in and out. It was quick.
Yeah. Somebody asked who Sarah was. Sarah's my girl, man. Sarah was Wade's ex. Not really, I mean, yeah, ex, but basically it was her friends, one of her girlfriends, Kelly. It was her roommate for a short amount of time, and then her and Wade ran away.
Kelly, yeah.
To Texas, and I guess to Cali. And then she doesn't want to hear the story again. I hear you. Anyway.
Is she on there?
There's somebody. What people are asking what they want to hear. What do you want to hear about? Yeah, lots of restrictions. I hear you. The tag team story? Yeah, that's not inappropriate. I didn't think. It's like, we got a hat on, huh? What's up, Mila? She's on there. Was it wait a minute? Yeah, I'm still with Sarah. What's up, Mila? How are you? What's this? Hi, Mr. Erik, huh? Yeah, Sarah's definitely fucking gorgeous, man. She does it for me. I'll do anything for that girl. She still needs to grow up a little bit, and that's kind of what was going on the last few years after getting me in trouble, but I've always gotten her back. And she came back around, I guess, a year ago, and we started, and we've been back together for more than a year. We're doing good. She still has a little dog I bought her, and we're a little family. It's me, Sarah, and the corgi. I guess that's why we haven't really been on TikTok or any of it, because there's just a lot of BS with it, a lot of stuff that isn't true, and none of it's like good publicity. I already got a bad rap. I just don't really need all this other shit tied to me. But I've never ever had any kind of domestic issue. Not if I did, it would have happened between the age of 20, and it wouldn't happen for the first time at like 37 years old. Like I'd been at that point like living with and being with, I don't know, like living partners, girlfriends for 17 years, and I'd never had anything like that come up. And then Sarah had been in such a fucked up domestic situation with Wade that when we got together, man, it was like I was kind of fighting through a lot of her like demons. A lot of her stuff was just like baggage from her relationship before. And she would like, I've never had a situation like that where you're dealing with a girl, you get like second away, and she just had a lot. Her head's fucked up from that. And I said before how she would like startle awake, and she would for like the first like 3 months, 2 months that I knew her, and then I mean, that girl was so happy by the time I was done dealing with her, even right down to our last day. It was like she'd wake up happy. And I'd like to say that I fixed her. It just sucks that it came off as like that I, abused her. I definitely don't. She jumped off my fucking one-story balcony, went all berserk, man.
Guys were in love, man. It was great.
Yelled that she's gonna kill herself, jumps off a one-story balcony. I mean, I'm saying, I was like, I can't say that.
Yeah.
But. Oh, she was just going loopy, man. She's 20, drunk, and just freaking out. I took this couple out, and one of them, like the wives and her, got into some kind of Facebook argument thing, and I was off again. I had business with the guy, so I had to deal with them, and I was transparent about it. But anyway, she freaked out. The whole thing just got blown the fuck out of proportion. Yeah, it just got blown out of proportion. But I mean, I paid for it. I did my year. Thank you for saying that I'm beautiful. That's nice. Haven't you been charged against her multiple times? No, I haven't been charged multiple times. It was the same year. So there was a lady that she like at my hotel. Sarah had like divulged way too much information to some lady, and they were like doing bumps in my room upstairs. I like met this lady. She was like super overbearing. I'll tell you the story. This lady like shows up in front of my store. She's super overbearing. She's like telling me how she can do my fucking something, my accounting, and like telling me what I need to do with my money. And it's just she's just babbling. And I'm like, all right, lady, cool. Like you're the smartest chick in the world. Nice to meet you. Like I'm gonna go mahi fishing. So I'll see you around. And then yeah, you can say whatever. So the chick wants to tell me about how she's gonna help me with my accounting, tell me about how something that she's babbling about refinancing the hotel and all this shit. And I'm like, all right. And my girl Sarah had asked, she was like, yo, we want to go do blow in the room. I'm like, rock and roll. I really didn't do it much, but she always like she was gonna do it one way or another. So I left and I went and I took that dude and his wife out. The guy was giving me a sport fisher, and I used to date this chick, Misty, and Misty had a girlfriend, and Misty's girlfriend is the chick. And myself and the husband, we all went out like mahi fishing months before, and my boat was rented out that day because I like rent boats on the property. So I took them on a hurricane deck boat with no rod holders, and I caught us like 20 mahi that day, like 10 miles offshore. So I was way too far offshore in a boat that's like not meant to be out there, and then did really good fishing. And I covered all our gas and beer and bullshit, and we get back home and we're at the tiki bar, and that guy, I didn't realize who the husband was, but he was like, yo man, let me talk to you. I just want to let you know that you showed me a really good time today, and I appreciate it. And I'm usually the one that has to like that pays for the gas, pays for the stuff. Like it was just nice like to have somebody else like doing that. So he tells me that his dad owns a boatyard that he's taken over, and he's like, so I own a boatyard now, and there's a boat that my grandfather told me that I should get. It's like the right charter boat. He's like, I had it, blah 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 blah. So he fucking he got found a post sport fisher, and he's like, I found this post sport fisher, it's super nice, and ever since I saw that, I just put that boat aside, and I have like 30 grand in that other boat, and I'm gonna give it to you. I'll give you that boat that my grandfather said I should buy. And I'm like, no fucking way. So, and he's like, if you make a bunch of money with the charter business down here, just break me off. I'm like, cool, man, that's fucking awesome. You guys giving me a boat. So I never took him up on it. Like, 6 months had gone by, 8 months, and I had remembered this. And I was like, I should probably get that free fucking boat. I mean, it makes sense. Because when I was talking about opening up a sport fishing business, and I'm like, yeah, I remembered. So I told Sarah about it. Well, that day that we'd been out mahi fishing, there was a thing that got tagged like topless trolling, because the girls went topless and we're catching a bunch of mahi. We were having a good day. And topless trolling became like a thing to where they're like having like this pissing contest they had a whole pissing contest about it. So somehow Misty, the ex, wasn't even an ex, she was just like this nurse that I was fucking for a month or something. But anyway, she and Sarah ended up in this like little internet battle, and the friend of Misty, who is the wife of the guy that was giving me the boat, she joined in with that little battle. So anyway, I told Sarah about it, but I'd let her know, like, listen, these people aren't important to me. I know them through Misty, yes, but they are the only good thing that came out of that whole relationship. And they're a nice couple. The guy's willing to give me a boat. I like them. They know that I'm not with Misty anymore. They know that I'm with you. Can we just have them down in the hotel and let me close this deal and get the boat? And she's like, yeah. So I take them out and I introduce Sarah to them. We're all sitting at the tiki bar, and she doesn't want to go out on the boat with me. And I'm like, please, just go with us. And she's like, no, you take them. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm gonna get in trouble if I go without you. And she's like, no, you take them. It'll be fine. Get back before dark and you won't be in trouble. So it's kind of like telling a dude he can go to the titty bar and I won't be mad, but really you get home and they're mad. So it's like that same kind of deal. Like she's like, go take them out on the boat. Come back before dark. You won't get in trouble. So I come back, and as soon as I took them out on the boat, we would like stop at a restaurant. And I'm fifth wheeling it because I got 2 couples that I'm entertaining. And I wanted to get Sarah, man. I wanted her to join me. So I spun around, came back there before dark. I'm like, come with me. She doesn't want to come. She's mad. She hates this chick. She's just mad about that whole past thing. Well, that other girl, the overbearing one from the store, is upstairs with her doing blow the whole time, and they're just talking straight trash about me. They're just they're like, I mean, Sarah's telling them like, oh, isn't that fucked up that he's out there, on the boat. I can just imagine. I don't know what the fuck they talked about, but all I know is I came back and she was just charged up. And so she apparently told him like way too much, or told that lady way too much, because when I got back and Sarah's bitching at me and I'm telling her that I can't get in trouble. Like I was saying, look, I was home before dark. I'm safe. I was doing like this umpire, I'm safe kind of fucking thing. And I'm making like a joke of it. Well, she didn't like that I was like just not engaging. So I like roll a joint. I'm sitting on the couch and she goes out on the balcony and she's like, I'm gonna kill myself. And I'm like, Sarah, fucking stop, man. Don't. We have hotel guests. Fucking stop. And when she said that, I thought she was gonna like go in the closet and like cut on herself or something, because she's done that a few times. And she, as soon as she said that shit, I don't remember exactly what the fuck I said. I guess I was being a little, not very like compassionate toward the situation, just kind of laughing it off because I was back before dark and I shouldn't be able to get in trouble. But she fucking jumps off the balcony, man, and said, I'm the tattooed felon at the top of the stairs, and she's down at the fucking bottom. And everybody's questioning the situation, man. And I got this, my front desk guy is Bill. He's cool as fuck, but nobody's gonna stand. Her and I lived in that hotel every day for a year, and thin walls and guests right next to us, and people in my store. My manager was like 50. Nobody would have been cool with me, like any kind of abusive or even arguing going on. So there was absolutely no domestic any fucking thing. And then that lady, so Sarah jumps off the balcony. The fucking, one of my employees, fuck, I forget his name right now. It's not important, but one of my employees, skinny little dude, he's down there hugging on, not hugging on Sarah, but he's like on top of Sarah and like he's like shielding her from me. And I'm like, yo, man, get away from my chick, man. And he's like, I'm not leaving until I know she's all right. And I'm like, that's very, fucking noble of you, bro. But I got this. Like, Sarah jumped off the balcony or something. I didn't do this. It just, you need to like blood out. And so she fucking, I end up putting this guy in a chokehold, wrestling around. So now you got the chick at the bottom of the stairs. You got me fucking fighting people, so they just think I'm an animal. And meanwhile, I'm just trying to get them to fuck off my girl. It's between her and I. You didn't need to be in the middle of it. And then that fucking broad, the overbearing one from the store, comes bombing around the corner with her phone in her hand, filming, and she's like, verbal abuse is a form of abuse, and starts screaming about verbal abuse being a form of abuse. I kick that lady, so that lady gets in there, puts the phone in my face. I kick her off the property. I'm like, you gotta go, lady, you're trespassed. My whole staff was there watching, and she shoved that phone right in my face. She touched the end of my nose, and I shoved it away from me. And I didn't touch the lady, nothing. And her phone fell on the ground, and I even apologized, but I was like, sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen. You gotta leave, you gotta get off the property. She's like, that's my store. And I'm like, no, that's my store, lady. You can't go in there either. I need you to go. And so she was like embarrassed, and that lady left. And then anything that lady said when she got back to Hawks K, they just held me straight accountable for it. Nobody ever came to the hotel and like looked at video or talked to me or talked to my staff or anything. They just
plug it in real quick.
Showed up there, and they charged me for that one motion of swiping that phone like out of my face. They gave me robbery by sudden snatching, criminal mischief, tampering with a witness, and not a domestic, but just a regular battery. And they racked my charges up on that.
Yeah, hold it.
And meanwhile, that was really all just Sarah jumping off the balcony, and it turned into a big fucking shit show. And had nothing to do with any kind of, I don't know. But the newspaper wrote it up, saying that she jumped like out of fear for her life or whatever. But no, I've never, and I can get Sarah, I have Sarah's written statements of what really happened. You know, after all that, she went and wrote like the real story of what went. You know, that next day, that lady, so her and that lady ended up hooking up afterwards, and like that night. And then they, the next day.
What do you mean hooking up?
Oh, not hooking up, like hooking up. Like they linked up. Like I got sent. They come and get me, take me to jail. Her and that lady end up. She was trying to like play savior for Sarah, and you know Sarah had been. She like gets a kick out of it. She gets attention by being a victim. So I think that she's been through a lot of shit, and like just being a victim is like the way that she can get a certain amount of attention because she.
That's power turn on off, guys. Bear with us.
Yeah, from the hurricane.
Already killed us.
But that next day, Sarah thought that it was like over with, and that like the problem between her and I was over with. You know, I spent a night in jail. Eric's in trouble, and I bond out $100,000 bond, and I go. She came back to the hotel to lick her wounds, and that lady had actually made arrangements for her to get her stuff. So when they came back that next day, that lady tells her that I made it to where she can't be at the hotel anymore and got her all charged up. And so Sarah goes inside the house to get stuff, and she's on fire. She wants to get me in trouble. So they're looking for like my box with drugs in it, or allegedly, and they're looking for just different stuff in my house to turn in to get me in trouble. All they could come up with was this gun clip. And it was like an old gun clip that had just been around, and I'm a felon, so she turns in that gun clip, and it wasn't until a week later, because the next day Sarah and I were back together, and then she met with my mom, we got a lawyer, she wrote up a whole statement, and everything, we tried to get everything resolved, and it was like 5 days later, her and I were vacationing, and the cops rush in on me and fucking hit me with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. I'm like, what the fuck, what are you, possession of a firearm? I was in jail at the time. And it was an old gun clip with no spring in it, and Sarah didn't even tell me about that part, so she's all sorry. And that was that, man. That was my second one. So now I'm bonded out. They hit me with another $100,000 bond,
twice in a 10-day period. I'll fucking pay that one too. So Sarah cost me 20 racks just in that 10-day period, and my reputation, man, they really fucking played that whole thing up. But nobody's jumping off a one-story balcony to get away. You ever seen a scary movie? Somebody jumps off the one-story balcony just to get away? Like, there was a stairwell on the balcony. They don't ever mention that in the paper. There's a fucking spiral staircase. So nobody's jumping off it instead of taking the stairs just to shave the time off. I can assure you that. There was no domestic charges. There was battery charges, and then what the bruises on or any kind of thing they like took pictures of Sarah's was from her jumping off the fucking balcony. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't have to put my hands on Sarah at all. We had walked upstairs. I was on the couch. She was on the balcony. She jumped, and then from that moment until I was taken away was I was never around her alone. You know, everybody was there watching, and we have camera footage of everything. It was nobody ever. The cops down there never wanted to look at camera footage. Never wanted to take a witness statement. Never nothing. They just whatever that disgruntled lady that I kicked off my property had to say about me. That's what they charged me with. The balcony was second story, so I saw her hand, like she jumped, and then I seen her hand like cling, and then she let go. So I could just see like her fingers. So it was, if you were dangling off of the second story balcony, she probably dropped about 6 foot, something like that. She did have a safe landing. She was fine. Who was I referring to? We were talking about Sarah. Wade's ex is Sarah. See, I mean, I guess you could say I took Wade's ex, but basically, once I found out that Wade was like fucked up and he stole from me, and I didn't have him around there anymore, then Sarah and I were together, and I don't know, that's the relation there, or whatever.
Erik.
Yo.
Erik.
What's up? What's up, Tommy?
Oh, hey. Yeah, tell him, Wade said he took Mila from you. I was walking over to Mila. Worked there for months. You know?
Yeah, Wade didn't take Mila from Tommy. They were split up. In fact, when Tommy came to work for me, it's because him and Mila split up. And then I really didn't know Tommy. I knew him through people, but I knew I liked him. You know, like we just hadn't spent much time around each other. And then I was like, yo, man, come down to the Keys. You know, come jam out with me. And then that was it from there. He definitely was going to be dealt with like a big heartbreak. Him and Mila were split up. I could just tell that the guy was at like a crossroads, and I was like, I needed the work at the time, so I brought him. And Tommy had a whip, man. I didn't have my license at the time, so him having a truck and whatever, that's all he really needed. Like that was the right fit because I had my business, I had everything else going, and I needed a driver. Yeah, this is my first love. I'm on the cusp of Libra, Scorpio.
Bro, you hear that?
Yeah, I'm shaking.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Alright, that's me.
Sorry, my phone was in the other room there. We came back over to Tommy's place.
You're live and come to mind.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a little tornado or something.
That's a tornado?
Yeah, when it does that, I mean, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, we kind of left at like a bad time. Really. You heard that?
Yeah.
That's glass breaking. You heard it?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That
was crazy. I should probably put something by that door, like a dresser or something,
I
huh?
really enjoyed seeing you.
Sorry.
Tonight.
Oh yeah. No way.
I did, very much so.
I'm sorry I felt like I wasn't.
No, yeah, we were evacuated.
You felt like you were at my
Well, said to evacuate. We decided to stay here. The storm was up by Sarasota. It's not so bad now. Got the session. I don't think he's talking about a vocal session, kids. I felt like I was listening to something I shouldn't be listening to.
I'm not just gonna Tommy's desk chair.
That's all right. You can hang on my desk, bro. Turn the desk on. Oh, yeah, come on. There's right buttons right there.
I got you.
Does that sound good? Or no?
Yeah, it's fine.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just having a hard time. It's my life.
It's not on yet, sorry. We'll leave him alone for a few. Let's talk to some chick. Hello. What's she saying, Eva? We got water. I think we had a tornado hit us. It was rolling like a freight train coming through. Rolling like a freight train. Higher than an airplane. Feeling. Oh, yeah. Got water trying to come in here. Where's that flex seal when you need it, huh? I'll put a bracket there. That should be fine. Listen, you're being rude. It's an air conditioning company. Look at that surfboard. Sorry. Yeah, Erik was pretty charming on there, huh? That was an interesting story. But everything Erik said was right. You know, he hasn't gone on anybody's TikTok or said any interviews. Only for Tommy, he said, thought that was nice. He was my boy. So everything he said was accurate. You know, I think we've said the same thing.
I could understand trying to go home and heal and like spend time with your family like you said you were doing.
Well, are we on the second story?
Some things, because that's usually how a person would be.
No, we're on the first story, but I live in a commercial building that we've made kind of cool, you know. And